Special thanks to Harmony Pond for drawing this thumbnail. They're drawing more of my dumb, stupid Marvel stuff that I need, and I appreciate them for doing that. So, go follow them in the fucking description. Okay? Cool? Cool. So, this is the first video I've had to, fully stop and redo from scratch, basically, because of all the stuff that happened, because literally right when I was halfway through finishing the original version of the fucking video, leakers, because for some reason Marvel Rivals has the internal security of a fucking 15-year-old who just started watching Ben Shapiro, they found out that Wolverine was one of the characters getting a buff, so then I didn't know how much of that would change the original video. And then the buff happened, and it was literally just a health buff and a damage reduction nerf from one of his abilities, so I'm like, well, that's not a lot. But then I played more as Wolverine, and then it's just, it got dumb. It got dumb really fast. So I'm just going to start over and do this again. But we're going to start off with a bonus surprise. That's right, for the first video of the new year, I'm going to make it 2 videos in one because I'm going to do a brief review of Marvel Rivals, because this game is pretty good. Pretty good, I recommend it. Overwatch but everyone is OP is a very fun and dumb idea to put in concept, but I think we all know that the reason why this game is succeeding as much as it is because of brand recognition. No one is immune to propaganda, not even me. And if every Marvel related thing in this game was stripped out, we'd probably all stop talking about it and playing it within a month. Not to beat down the specialties that this game does bring, I really appreciate how it actually thinks, this is what character would do, how can we implement that in the game? This game has better web slinging than Marvel's Avengers. That's actually crazy. It's just a very nice breath of fresh air in the hero shooter genre, especially after Concord existed and then died. And then speaking of fucking dying, so previously on the H-manFTW Insanity Parade I call it channel, I made 3 videos on Marvel Rivals. Each are just frag/funny moment videos with my mains. Loki, my main, because he's cool and fun, and being a trickster and healer is really cool. Captain America, because headbutting the wall of the enemy team until they eventually fold, and then you can go beat up the people in the backline, is really fun. Steve Rogers is goated. And then we get to my duelist main, the subject of the video, Wolverine, who, sucks. He's a big poo-poo. He's the worst melee duelist by a mile. So, let's talk about that. But, he's not, actually bad. He's just bad and maybe even a little underwhelming in comparison to the other heroes in the duelist category, especially the melee ones. So, yeah, you could play Wolverine. You can 100% still do him, but it's just, you're gonna have to put in more effort to get similar results that other characters in the same category don't have to do that much. Alright, cool? Cool. It mostly starts off with his kit and how fucking just goofy it is in comparison to other people. So his right click is just a dash attack, 7.5 meters, and it does the exact same amount of damage as a primary hit, which, don't know why it does that, but whatever. You exclusively use this move for getting in, getting in or escaping when your other move is on cooldown, which, this next move. His lunge, that's his bread and butter. If you want to get kills, you gotta learn how to lunge and either kidnap or land on people. Kidnapping is when you use the lunge at point blank range. It grabs them. The movement you have when you grab somebody is cut in half, but you pick them and you can wail on them to get free damage. Now, if your character doesn't immediately have some sort of stun or immediate escape option, yeah, this move's pretty good. But a lot of people do. A lot of people who do that can also deal damage. And you also have to really aim well where you fucking take them, because if you take them to your enemy team, congratulations, you maybe have just hand delivered an easy ult position right to your team. Or if you push them into their team more, congratulations, you're dead. So the best method, the best course of action is to just pin them and take them off to the side, where it will basically just turn into a one-on-one. Once again, they just, as long as they don't have a fucking method to immediately get out of there, which they probably do. And if all else fails, you can use your Primal Shout. The activation gives you 1 second of complete damage immunity, and then 5 seconds of 40% damage reduction. It used to be 50. It's really nice until you realize that more than one person will probably attack you at a time, so you die slightly less slower. Then we get his 2 passives. The rage meter that gets higher when you deal and take damage. High rage means high damage. It's also really hard to calculate how much damage you do at any given time, because besides the 15 points of base damage that it does, it increases by 1.5 your target's maximum health, and then even more with the rage, so it's fucking just dumb and confusing. And then you get his healing factor with massive fucking air quotes, because no. Basically when you hit 0 health, you regain a bunch of bonus health that you immediately heal and turn into normal health after a certain cooldown. The amount of health you gain is dependent on rage. Also, that isn't really a healing factor, that's more like a second life, which is funny because, the Hulk also has a second life, but whatever, we'll just go with it. Now you might be thinking, oh, this would be a good way to surprise enemies by, if they get me dead and then I just get more health. Well, tough shit. You have an icon right above your health bar that says when this ability is ready. I don't know why Wolverine has to get this and not Adam Warlock, even though they're fucking borderline the same thing, but whatevs. And then lastly, his ult, where you just claw people up and then slam them back down, get stronger through rage, but you can't one-shot because one-shots are bad. Oh. Shit. If you were paying attention to how I described his kit, especially if you were paying attention to the claw damage, that's really important, good for you, gold star for you, you would have noticed that Wolverine is a tank buster. His entire gameplay strategy is dashing into a tank, lunging, picking him up, and moving him out of the way of your entire team so that you can 1v1 him by shredding him with your claws a bunch of times, and hopefully they die and don't get healed immediately with burst heals. Two problems with this. One, tank busting in this game, I don't think there needed to be a character dedicated to tank busting when there were already characters who could do decent damage to tanks. Tanks, duelists, hell, even some specialists could do a lot of damage to tanks if, focus fire is in play, which it should be. And yeah, hey, Wolverine plus focus fire equals a comically dead Vanguard, so it's good, but it seems a bit redundant to add a character based on tank busting when Punisher Shotgun exists, or Hawkeye Bow and Arrow exists, or Winter Soldier fucking Bang 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 exists, or Rocket Raccoon Point Blank with his fucking minigun exists. Come on. And second, this entire kit is just lacking heavily in mobility. Every other melee duelist has some crazy mobility thing that outweighs the fact that they are fucking stuck in to have to do melee damage. And Wolverine is the exception. His fucking lunge is on a 12-second cooldown, and while his dash is on a 3-second cooldown, it's still incredibly short, and it's not viable. And God forbid you use both of them to have to fucking get to a better place to hide and wait for the tank or somebody else so you can pick them off and murder them. But that just means there's so much downtime in waiting for your cooldowns. And that's not fun. That's not fun. Waiting for your cooldowns so you can actually attempt to play the game is not fun. Sorry. And the immediate counterpoint to that is they traded the mobility for health and sustainability. Wolverine is basically like a pseudo tank. And I would agree with you there if in Season 0, Wolverine and Black Panther shared the same HP pool of 300. So why the fuck would you're trading in slightly less tank damage if you play as Black Panther over Wolverine, but you also have 300 HP and crazy mobility. So what the fuck? What is the point? Why? And now here in Season 1, Wolverine still has to share a health pool with a fucking ranged hero. Mr. Fantastic has 350 HP and better tanking than Wolverine. What the fuck? Why? What was the point? No. I had so many ideas on how to rework Wolverine, but that's because mostly I didn't know what the problem was. It took me an unhealthy amount of time to figure out that, not being able to move around as freely as other melee duelists was the problem. So here are my 3 ideas as to how Wolverine can become much better. One, first and foremost, just for comic accuracy, give him a real healing factor. Cut the little second life he gets in half, but if he goes 7 to 8 seconds without taking damage, then he can start regenerating health. It can be slow, so he still has to rely on health packs and healers mostly, but it's, better than whatever we got in this fucking game. Second, Wolverine can now hang onto walls like the Hulk. So if he jumps on a wall, maybe he can wall climb. I don't know, I've been pondering that. But wall climbs would be cool, but more specifically, he can at least stick to walls if he uses his lunges or his dashes into walls and stuff. That would be cool. And the most important one, something I think that would give him much more general use and put him actually on par with the other melee duelists, just give him a second charge of his lunge and change how they work. Now, if your rage is under 50, you have a more traversal based lunge that can fucking just get you from point A to point B much further, but you can't pick people and you don't enter your claw flurry after using it. Then, when it gets to 50 rage and above, that's when you get the rage we have now. Now you can go and actually pick people and fucking, yeah, you can go actually pick people, you get your claw flurry after you land, you stun people when they land. Good, awesome, and boom, Wolverine is now decent now. Cool. I think the best way I can end this, like how this is how I ended the first video, but I didn't really elaborate on it, but they made Wolverine the spy in this game. Think about it. Heavily melee focused. You basically can't do shit on the front lines properly with your team. You exclusively have to attack from ambushes to properly do anything, and you have to focus down on tanks. Like, it's crazy that they decided to make Wolverine the fucking massive berserker creature, the fucking ambush character. But it's fine, it's whatever. I don't want to see Wolverine become like meta or anything, because I think genuinely that would make playing Vanguard insufferable and less people would play Vanguard more than they already fucking are. But I think they just need to put him up to par. It's sort of like the Black Widow problem, where, you know, the alternatives just have more to offer. Like, why the fuck would you play Black Widow when you can just play Hela and just tink, tink, tink at mid-range to do, you know, better, more consistent damage? Or, you know, just play Hawkeye and headshot people if you vaguely look in the general direction of them. And just one shot, for some reason he could still one shot. It's just that maybe bringing down the other characters will put Wolverine up, but I don't want to do that. Sure, it's stupid that Black Panther has 300 HP despite being fast moving, and yeah, it's dumb that Spider-Man's fucking uppercut has the hitbox of the entire state of fucking Tennessee, but, man, I just want Wolverine to be a little bit better so I don't have to fucking try my ass off just to get less kills than the Winter Soldier, who's just been in the back line the entire game. Also, I didn't talk about the team up with the Hulk because there's another video that does that, but there's some pretty funny moments that could come with that. Hey guys, recording this right before I fucking go to bed, so, sorry if it's a bit low energy, but once again, thank you to Harmony Pond for drawing this thumbnail. Amazing peak work. Follow them on all of their social medias. My cat is playing with fucking plastic, so I hope that gets picked up on the mic. Anyway, I got some things that aren't Marvel Rival related in the works, so yeah, sorry, this game's just really fun to talk about. Who knows, maybe I'll even drop a longer review, make a nice list of fucking complaints. Anyway, that's for the future. She just opened my fucking door. Okay, later guys, I'm gonna go fucking sell my cat to somewhere in Bolivia.